Hello everybody, this is Joshua Krieger at Creek Sports Talk, and before I get into this video, dealing with some NBA games that happened 2 nights ago, I want you guys to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and turn those post notifications on. So the two games we're going to be talking about is the Lakers Pelicans and the Rockets Warriors. Now, I'll first start out with the Lakers Pelicans game. I don't know what's wrong with the Lakers. They come up and it seems like after every big game they have fallen short. The Rockets game, they came off that, they lost to the Pelicans. They came off a win against the Celtics, and then they fell off and lost the next game. I haven't seen the continual success after a big win from this Lakers team. Now, Brandon Ingram has really surprised me these past two games. He had foul trouble in the beginning of the first half, but he worked his way out of it, and he finished with 29 points. And he was 3 of 4 from 3, which the Lakers do not have that much shooting. So a better Brandon Ingram really helps him, and he was 10 of 18 from the field goals. So, really, Brandon Ingram showed what we thought he would be at the end of the season. A lot of people said that Brandon Ingram would be better than Kyle Kuzma, but Kyle Kuzma has outshone Brandon Ingram this season, and I think Brandon Ingram has turned himself into a better player. Now, Kyle Kuzma, he had 16 points. It wasn't really one of his best games, but Brandon Ingram really shined alongside LeBron. Now, LeBron, he played a good game, but he had some turnovers. He didn't really lead as well as I thought of, and I didn't see playoff LeBron this game. I would give him a C minus, because he did have 27 points, but it wasn't that best of an effort. But I don't know where the defense is. There was absolutely no defense. They scored 45 points in the first quarter, the Pelicans. Now, the Lakers had a pretty good scoring first half, but what happened was that got drawn out because of their poor defense. It seemed like every time the Lakers scored, you thought they were going to go on a run. Pelicans answered right back. It just wasn't. I just don't know where the defense is going to come from. Kyle Kuzma has been an upgrade defender, but Brandon Ingram can't. Brandon Ingram isn't that good of a defender. LeBron James doesn't play defense all the time because he's got to work on the offensive end. JaVale McGee's not a terrible defender. Reggie Bullock's not a terrible defender. But where's the defense going to come from? A big key statistic here was there was 23 turnovers the Lakers had compared to 18 for the Pelicans. That's just despicable, 23 turnovers. How do you expect to win when you finish the game with 23 turnovers? It was just a poor showing from the Lakers, who a lot of people thought this was a given. The Lakers were just going to roll over the Pelicans, but the Pelicans showed up. They were like, hey, you know what? We're going to show AD why. We're going to show AD, hey, look at us. But there was a lot of former Lakers. Julius Randle was on the Lakers, so he put up a pretty decent game. So there was a lot of teams that were a lot of players on that team that were former Lakers players, and I think the Lakers, AD with the Lakers, that kind of didn't help that locker room. So I think they really wanted to play out their best, and we'll see what happens. And I think they play the Pelicans in two more games, so we'll see how they act against the Pelicans that time. Now, the next game was the Rockets-Warriors game. This was a pretty big game for the Warriors. It was a rematch from the NBA Finals. Not NBA Finals, Western Conference Finals. And really, the Rockets played a very good game. They had three of their starters had double digits. The Rockets started on a 15-0 run, and they led by as many as 20 points at over 20 points at a time. But the Warriors, I don't know, they were just cold first half. It was kind of really disappointing. The Warriors you thought would be playing very well, but it just didn't happen. I'm not sure why. Now, Kenneth Faried has been a huge signing for the Rockets. He put up 20 points and 10 rebounds, but he's playing on the defensive end. He can guard a lot of people. He's a 3-point shooter. He can shoot threes. He's just brought a boost to that team, and they really haven't had that boost. He can play on the wing, which is a good thing because they really don't have any wing depth. But really, this is impressive. Faried has been huge. Chris Paul had 17 assists, a team high this season. It was just amazing because Chris Paul was the leader of that team like he was on the Clippers team. He can control the floor. Chris Paul is going to go down as a top 10 point guard in the league, maybe top 5, and because of what he's done in his career. He hasn't had that championship ring yet, but hopefully he gets it with the Rockets. Because Chris Paul needs to have a ring for what he's done in his career. But Chris Paul led that team towards the end. He hit a really good mid-range shot over Jordan Bell, fadeaway. So I think Chris Paul is going to be playing very well down the stretch, and he took over because Harden didn't play. Now, here's my really question. Where was Boogie in the fourth quarter? Because Jordan Bell was playing over Boogie in the final 5-something minutes. And Boogie, I'm not sure what Steve Kerr was thinking here, because Boogie is a better player than Jordan Bell by a lot. Boogie's a super good player. I'm not sure if I would call him an all-star this season, but really he's a former all-star. He can shoot the three, he can shoot mid-range, he can play a little defense. But where was Boogie? I mean, this is kind of like the situation where in the Rams. What's wrong with Ty Gurley? Why didn't Boogie play those final in the fourth quarter? So that's my question. Maybe they want to keep him out from his calf and from his Achilles injury, but still, Boogie should have been out there. That kind of just made me a little sad there. It would be interesting to see what Boogie would have done on the floor. Now, really the big takeaway from this is the Rockets won without James Harden. Now, James Harden, I believe he has a neck strain. That's why he did not play against the Warriors. But they won without Harden. Harden's really been their scorer. And when you look at the box score, they had an 8-man rotation, which is not very good depth. They really don't have They really don't have a good bench. Really, Eric Gordon is their bench, but Eric Gordon had to come in. He had 25 points. He had to come in because James Harden was not playing, so he kind of took a little bit of the scoring load. But that bench just you can't win a championship on an 8-man rotation. I realize your starters are playing a lot at the time, but the Warriors have a better bench than you. As much as Sean Livingston and Andre Iguodala have regressed from what they normally are, they're getting up in age. That's a better tandem than them without Harden. So really, they need to really, their bench is okay, but it could be better. But really, this was a good win for the Rockets. I mean, you won over your Warriors, who are your rival technically right now, and you won without James Harden, so that's pretty big. The Lakers-Pelicans game, really, the Lakers had too many turnovers. They did not play very good defense at all throughout the whole game, and that really set them back from getting back into this game. It was like 115 to 128, I believe. So that's it for this video. Please subscribe, like this video, and tell me what you tell me how you reacted to these games. Tell me what you thought of the Lakers, Pelicans, Rockets, Warriors, and leave that in the comment section below. So, thanks for watching, guys, and have a good day.